Okay, so that's our presentation. Now it's time to answer your questions. We're going to go ahead and answer questions now. So our first questions has to do with the, it looks like education experience. I have an electrical engineering bachelor degree with over 25 years of work experience in the technological sector. I also have over 4 years of part-time construction experience that a licensed contractor can verify. How many years of construction experience do I need to show to be able to apply for a general construction license? I also have an MBA, so it does account for 24 months, correct? Okay, so you can use the chart that's up on your screen now to kind of look to see what you would be applying for. Just as a reminder, the maximum you would get would be 3 years. So that those 4 years of part-time construction would work for the 1 year of practical experience that is required. We wouldn't be able to give you an exact number of months that you would receive for credit today, but once we have your sealed transcript in front of us, we would be able to let you know. But you can base it off of this chart here. Is this being recorded? Can it be accessed later? Yes, we talked about that. You can visit our YouTube channel to view this later. Is there any education credit for a master's degree in construction management? So you can look at the chart here, and it does say business, master's degree, construction management, associate in science degree, 18 months, 24 months. So you're probably looking closer to 24 months, but again, we wouldn't be able to verify that until we had your sealed transcripts in front of us. Is there any education experience credit considered for a professional civil engineer license for a Class A license? So again, we have the chart up. You'll want to look at the chart, and we wouldn't be able to give you a definitive answer without looking at your transcript, but you can base it off of this information here. With the new B2 and being a handyman with a business license and insurance for the last 4 years, does that work I perform qualify me as proof? Flo, do you want to take that one? With the new B2 and they've been a handyman.
Yeah, as long as you have like 3 trades, you have showed 3 trades that you work on during the 4 years, that would make you qualify. So we need a certification of work experience that shows you have worked on 3 different trades during that time.
I submitted an application for a C36 contractor license under a new LLC that I opened in September of 2020. The only correspondence I received was an email on January 22nd, 2021, that my application was received with a filing number. In your opinion, how long do you think I will wait to receive the next step in the process? So we do post our processing times on our website. So you can go to our website now and in the search engine type processing times, and you can see exactly what date received we're working on, and it will let you know it'll give you an idea of when you can expect to move to the next step. Is painting and scaffold considered a Class C license? Bo, do you want to take that one? Painting and scaffold, would that be a Class C license?
Yeah, it's actually each have their own classification. The painting is C33, and scaffolding is actually a B class. Hold on a second, I will tell you that. But each one of them have their own classification. Painting is C33. Scaffolding is C61D39. C61D39.
Okay. Once you pass the test, how long is it valid before requiring retesting? So the good news is that we don't require you to retest. As long as you keep your license active and in good standing, you won't have to retest for your examination. You take the test once, and as long as you're in good standing, you'll be fine. No need for retesting. Does the new B2 license allow you to sub out work like the general B? For example, using a plumbing or HVAC contractor. So with the B2 license, do you know if they will be able to take on the primary contract and then sub out any other?
What is it? Because, for example, the whole plumbing system change, you cannot do that. You cannot do HVAC. So because you cannot do that yourself, you cannot get in the contract and sub it out. So you have pretty much to stay with those three trades that you have to perform.
I am applying for a C22. However, the company I work for has me as an independent contractor. I've been a supervisor and a project manager for over 4 years. They don't have me on the roster, and I may have trouble getting through with DOSH. The proof I have is on my tax papers. Will this situation hold me back or deny me from proceeding with my business? Now, for CSLB, what we would need somebody willing to certify you. And like we discussed, it doesn't have to be somebody, your current employer. It can be somebody who has the knowledge that you know how to perform these functions at a journeyman level. They would need to fill out your work experience certificate, and they would need to be able to speak with us if we had to verify any information. Is there anything you'd like to add, Food, to that one? I think that covers it. As long as you have 4 years experience and somebody is willing to certify, let's see something. If I worked with 2 different contractors on different projects, how do I show them separately? If you have one person who can certify 4 years, then they only need to complete one form. But if you have 2 different people who are going to be certifying your work experience, what we would recommend is that you print 2 different forms, 2 different certificates. So one contractor can complete one certificate and another contractor can complete the other certificate. The key there, make sure that the timeframes do not overlap, because let's say for the last 2 years you've been working with one contractor, and then you can have the other one, let's say, verify the 2 years prior to that, or any 2 years in the last 10 years. But make sure that the timeframes do not overlap. We're looking for 48 months, not overlapping. What are the requirements to be an HIS, and where can I go to get more information in person? So if you look back through our presentation, we did add a link there where you can get more information on the HIS process. You can also go to our website and in the search engine type HIS, and it will give you more information as well. If I want to get a license for painting and scaffolding, do I have to apply 2 times because they are different classifications? So do you want to answer that one? Do they have to apply 2 times?
First, you submit the application for the painting is C33, so you have to take the trade and law exam. And once you have that, then you add the D39, which is the subclass, to it. Now, and that's for that, you submit application for additional classification. Now, since the D classes only require law, and you have already taken your law when you took your C33 exam, then you wouldn't need to take the law again. So you get the waiver for the D39 once you have your C33. But you need to submit, once you get your license for C33, you need to submit application to add D39 to that license.
As a handyman, can you use another person's license to advertise and to do the work? Absolutely not. That is illegal. And you could face serious fines, and so can the licensee. So once you're licensed, do not let anybody borrow your license number for advertising or for doing work unless they are your employee, but they cannot advertise on their own. No, absolutely not. I have worked the past 2.5 years as a construction engineer contractor. Bid walkthroughs, receipt of final product of site builds and modifications for Verizon. Also 2 years as a construction manager. Can I use these 2 years for a Class B general construction? Remember, we're looking for 4 years in the past 10 years, so it depends. If you're looking for the B, that does require, the B license requires framing experience. I'm not sure exactly what type of work you did for Verizon, but if it did not involve framing, then no, you wouldn't be able to look to qualify for the Class B. You might want to look at the B2, see if that's something that you would qualify. I'm looking at getting a C17 license. I work for a company as research and development manager. Will this be an issue with the application? Fode, if they are a research and development manager, will they be able to use that type of experience for a C17 license?
As we explained about in the experience section, we would need whether journey person, foreperson, contractor, supervising employee. We need folks that are in the field actually, whether performing or supervising the installations and repairs. So research and development, if you're not actually in the field and doing the installation, that would be hard to prove as a journey person.
Okay. I took the C10 license 3 years ago and failed. Now I want to get the license again. Do I have to apply like a new application or just contact CSLB and pay the fee? No, you would have to reapply. So you'll have to go through the whole process that we discussed today. You're going to want to apply, get somebody to certify your experience again, and then take it from there. But yes, you would need a new application. What type of license would I need to build wood storage shelves in private homes or garages? Fode, do you want to talk about that one? What type of license they would need to build wood storage shelves?
Yeah, that usually falls under B, general contractor, but I encourage you to send this question to classifications@cslb.ca.gov. And, if you have more questions back and forth, so we will inform you that way formally, then you can have that for your future reference. So please send the email to classifications@cslb.ca.gov so we can better answer that question.
Right, so we have classification deputies, and what they do is they let you know what the correct classification is for the different type of work. You just need to let them know what will be the scope of the work, what kind of work are you going to be doing on your contracts, and they'll let you know the appropriate classification. We also have a classification booklet on our website that you can review, and it tells you what type of work you can do with every classification that CSLB offers, so you might want to take a look at that as well. What license do I need to just remove drywall? From what I know in California, a license for mold remediation is not required, but if a job is over $500, I need some type of license. So what do I need to apply for if I'm just removing drywall? So again, I encourage you to look at our classification booklet. There's different classification, it has a description of the work you can do for every classification that we offer. And we also have that the deputy classification deputy that you can email, as Fode mentioned. You just send an email to classifications with an S, classifications@cslb.ca.gov, and they will return your email. So it looks like that's all we have for questions. So that's all the time we have today for our workshop. Thank you for all your questions. If you have any other questions about your application, we encourage you to drop an email to our licensing division. The email address for them is licensing@cslb.ca.gov. If at some point you need to reschedule your exam, you can get the process started by dropping an email to exams@cslb.ca.gov. We've also put together a list of available resources for women considering a career in construction. If you haven't already, be sure to download this presentation to get them. You can download the presentation on a green banner on the top of our home page. www.cslb.ca.gov. If you're watching the archived video of this workshop on our YouTube page, you'll find a link to the presentation down below.
We welcome your comments or topics for future webcasts. Just drop us an email to social@cslb.ca.gov. A special thanks to our Licensing Division and Public Affairs Office for their help on this workshop. The Get Licensed to Build workshop is a copyrighted production of the California Contractors State License Board. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.